Short up there, right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And away we go at the link. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result. So expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Eagles are in punt formation. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Young has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now it's Young. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So no return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Brought in right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Here's Hurts. As his target, it's Johnny Wilson. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down throwing for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Hurts trying again on second down. Got Washington. It's complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Lone back gets the handoff. And this is down across the 30 before it stopped. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 1st down, Hurts. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it's 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. And that one's unsuccessful. And no look on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Carolina offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Young on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it'll be 2nd down. Young working from the gun. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. With Kobe Dean in on the tackle. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
They'll run it from the gun. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Now Young. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here we go, second and very long. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. Young looking to throw. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. Carolina in punt formation. And this is the second time he's been brought on to kick it. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. From the pistol, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Finds him over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Throwing here, Hurts. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Now Hurts. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. So it's going to be 4th and short. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Young. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Whistle sound as the defense decides to call timeout. On 3rd down, it's Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they're staring at 4th and long. On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
At their own 13-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Well, after recording the sack, it looks like he is the one who's shaken up. We're going to get a stoppage here as he gets looked at. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at third and very long. Completed to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And the fair catch brought in right at the 40. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. The Carolina offense headed out now. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score. You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Play action now, Young. That one's cut along the left sideline. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He's got a man left. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's the one back on the handoff. And they don't allow a lane to form. Defense taking care of that play near the line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Here's Young to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. On to try the field goal, Harrison Butker from the left hash, about 31 yards out. Up and good from Blankenship. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
To the left side and reeled in by Wilson. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
run here on first down. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. A play fake now hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to throw, Hurts. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Trying again following the sack. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. Hurts. Setting up the screen. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Young on the play action. He's dropping. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their fourth sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
offense to the line for second down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Ligette's got it. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. This one returned for 11 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles, who have 2nd and 4. They send a tight end in motion. From the 47. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's good for an Eagle.
Here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's taken down at the 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the play fake, it's Hurts. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. 2nd and 3 now. One of the tight ends motioning left. Hurts throwing again. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short.
And 3 yards to go.
They bring their tight end left. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now. Has it at the 7. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Escapes out to the... And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Eagles will add to their lead at the end of the half. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Looking to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start by heading out west, State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And at halftime, it's the Packers who have built up a good-sized lead. Jordan Love, a touchdown pass in that first half. From there, we head east to check out the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott
I'll bring
and
that
the
to kick this one
other
away.
blonde bomber, Brock Heward.
Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Panthers set to take the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Got to be second down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense. Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
From the pistol, it's Young. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Now it's Young. That one's complete right side. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The give here on second. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down. Young working from the gun. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field. That's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Hurts to throw. Flush down now to his left. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So now we get a stoppage. Looks like a timeout called by the defense. To the air on 1st down. Young. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Young to throw here on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Jukes out a 1-stop, and he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On first down, Hurts. Wilson's got it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And this one doesn't go far. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. First down throwing for Hurts. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make a play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by
reaches the red zone at the 21. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Hurts. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there, not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Young finds his target, Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Young on the play action. It is cut left side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. 3 quarters in the books from this one. The Panthers have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap now to Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Young. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, But it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Young. Rolling out to his left. He's keeping it again.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
From the 20 on 2nd down. Finds the in route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now Young. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he has the catch, gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Panthers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And it'll be their football. The offense getting set to go. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
He was looking Xavier Legette's there. And that brings up 4th and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Handoff now from the gun. And they'll wrap him up after a short carry at the 24. The rookie out of Washington making that tackle. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one's caught along the left sideline. A lot of mess on the move here. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles lead by 15 now. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Young working from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Working quickly here. To the air on 1st down. Young. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Complete out to the right. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here's 2nd and 5. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. From the red zone now. Brought in right side by Moore. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Throwing it again here. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's 2nd and long. Shotgun snap now to Young. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. Here he is to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. To throw. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Takes off right out of the read option. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its 2nd. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Another carry for him. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. They give it to him again. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Young throwing here. Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers can make it a 1-score game as they trim the lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always, always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
And it's up and good, and they'll get one last tally in the final act of this ball game. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.